I know people are going to tell me, Joe, you are just effing crazy, okay? And if you ever say that to me, I'm going to tell you, you are right. Because what I'm about to say here might be a little, far-fetched. It might be a little too far off. It might be going to left field a little bit. But you know how I am with things like this when it comes to a little bit of news and rumors and it comes to speculation. I love speculation because there's always a million different things you could talk about with certain situations. And we're going to be talking about the safety position. We're going to be talking about Justin Simmons. But something happened with Justin Simmons. He actually said something online, and it was towards something associated with the Philadelphia Eagles. And we're going to talk about, obviously, a running back that could sign with the Philadelphia Eagles. I wouldn't say necessarily linked, but a player that has been mentioned that the Eagles should go pick up. It wouldn't make any sense. Let's get into it all.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So I want to go over some news for the Philadelphia Eagles. Some important stuff right here, at least to me, because I know people are going to say I'm crazy after talking about this. Now, let's go through the regular stuff that we already know so far. Okay, now this is something I didn't mention on the last video. This came out obviously a few days ago. The tush push has not been banned, and the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to do this. Now, will they do it under Kellen Moore, or since Nick Sirianni thinks he's going to mesh his apparent scheme with Kellen Moore's, I think this is going to be the only thing that he is going to mesh into Kellen Moore's offense to use, which I think is going to happen next year. I don't see the Eagles straying away from the tush push, the brotherly shove with Kellen Moore in the building. But here's the thing that really, kind of drove me crazy. Okay. Remember when I told you, I was like, Justin Simmons is not signed yet. It's been days, no rumors, no nothing. The days that go by, each day that goes by, that price is going to drop down. Now, I went on Justin Simmons' Twitter. Okay, I was on there for a couple minutes, and I was looking through other tweets to see if anything was similar to what we did see today that I'm about to show you. Okay, Justin Simmons towards the brotherly shove, and especially towards the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the NFL rumors was, from the tweet that he retweeted, was breaking: NFL is leaving the tush push as a legal play in 24. The Eagles made the play work to a science. Whether you see a picture here, the Eagles doing the push tush against the Miami Dolphins. Okay? Justin Simmons retweets this and says, it's an offensive play. Makes sense. Okay, offensive play makes sense. Okay, I know it's stupid, but this is his Twitter. I made sure it was real. I didn't make sure it was fake. It was real as real can be. Okay, and it's just kind of weird because I've seen no other tweets like this. It's just weird how it's talking about the Eagles in this tweet, and he answers this tweet when the Eagles are involved. I saw no other tweets like this on his profile, going down his feed. Have not seen anything like this that he's retweeted. Since the Eagles are mentioned, okay, he says something about the play, the rule of the tush push. But with the Eagles involved in this tweet and he answers, it's just too, come on now. It's a little too convenient for that to happen and say that Justin Simmons is dying to be a Philadelphia Eagle to try to get this number right and try to get signed. Okay? Call me crazy, call me just ridiculous, call me whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, I feel like I'm 88% sure that this signing is going to go down. Now, I think since we heard the first bit of rumors we heard from days ago, which was pretty much the first few days of free agency, that the Eagles did back out on Justin Simmons because of his price. Kind of what Chauncey Gardner-Johnson did, where he kind of put himself too much, with the money-wise, kind of set himself up a little bit too expensive. And it seems like, that Justin Simmons hasn't moved away from that number. Now, it's going to be days and days and days, and, sooner that number it's got to be going down and down and down. Just like how Jesse Bates got signed last year, and then the rest of these safeties that got signed, the market kind of plummeted down. dried up, and nobody was getting close to what Jesse Bates, what was it, like 7 million a year? Not happening. Okay. Now, because as other news came up, remember the Eagles and Nick Scott had mutual interest. Nick Scott, 28 years old, coming from the Bengals. And it looks like that Nick Scott was signed, okay, is a Panther now, which is great. I got confused because I forgot what team he's on now for a quick second. So Nick Scott is not available anymore at safety, and the Eagles and Nick Scott had mutual interest. Another team came in, grabbed him. Eagles just sat there, didn't do anything about it. We know that Julian Blackmon is still available, coming off a gruesome injury last year. Low risk, high reward, really good safety, but is visiting the 49ers. We haven't heard any news yet. By the time I made this video, I've heard no news on Julian Blackmon signing with the 49ers as of yet, and could be a target for the Philadelphia Eagles. 25 years old, cheap. This guy's 28. I get it. But Justin Simmons at 30 years old, all pro level, would it be an added ball hawk to the back end with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson? It just makes sense. So these were like the top 3 targets for me, besides Xavier McKinney that got signed early, that the Eagles have really tried to add to that position so far. But it looks like Justin Simmons could be the only one available for the Eagles to sign. I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm looking at this watch. I'm refreshing my phone as much as possible. I see people tweeting about it every day that everyone thinks this is going to happen with Justin Simmons coming to the Eagles. And I'm just saying, this is just, I'm sorry, but that tweet is just, because the Eagles are involved in the tweet because of a rule, it's just kind of weird how he tweeted at that moment when the Eagles are talked about, like I said, in the tweet. So I might sound crazy, I might sound stupid, I might sound over the top. Just call me whatever you want, but you got to be realistic with it just a little bit. You got to be realistic with it just a little bit, and we'll see what happens in the near future of what goes on with this. Okay. Now, we're going to go into, obviously, the last bit of news, or at least, I think somewhat connected, as, for running back position free agency, which some are thinking that the Eagles should pursue Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That was the backup running back for Pacheco for the Kansas City Chiefs last year, okay? And they did not pick up his 5th-year option. Runs, between the tackles really well. Physical player. Can put him in the passing game, can do a lot with him. Over 400 yards rushing last year, so didn't have a monster year, but would the Eagles have interest in signing a rotational back like this? Now, we have to remember now, if you guys don't remember, during the end of or at least the end of the season, the Eagles did sign Tyrion Davis-Price, which he is another running back that really hasn't had opportunity. I guess a bruiser-type shifty back, which I guess has some, high ceiling, maybe. We'll see. This is a guy that's definitely going to work for that 3rd spot. If the Eagles are keeping a 3rd running back at this point, with Saquon Barkley and Kenneth Gainwell already in the building, already on the roster, could Tyrion Davis-Price. And hopefully, I'm sorry, but we've passed on way too many running backs that were just never used, okay? And unfortunately, some guys deserve more of a shot, and hopefully with this next running back coming into Philadelphia, Tyrion Davis-Price could get another shot here. They could go on day 3, whether it's a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. They could draft a dual threat or maybe a bruiser type back in those rounds to kind of add to the mix there, maybe as another competition. The undrafted free agent pool. You got to know that this offensive line is good. Whether Kelsey's out or not, it's still going to be very good. So you have to take into account that, they need, if they're carrying 3, I don't see why they wouldn't carry 3 running backs. I think they will. I think Howie Roseman is going to have more control over how many running backs they are going to carry when it comes to a certain number of players to certain positions this year. And the Eagles usually do keep 3 around. And hopefully you actually use your 3rd one, because you didn't do that last year. And Rashad Penny-Shoney had no pass protection and really never got an opportunity, to be honest. Not too much of an opportunity. So Tyrion Davis-Price is on the roster for a future deal right now to see if he would make the team. We'll find out. But Obviously, with the Clyde Edwards-Helaire news, I don't know if they go this route really. I mean, you're getting experience. You're getting a guy that has been in a playoff situation. He's won a Super Bowl, so he's been through it all as a running back, which is a great thing. So pressure is off when it comes to him. And he's played NFL snaps, obviously. So you're not looking for, you're not taking a practice squad running back, putting him on this team, and first time, and could have a big shot at doing something. No, this is a totally different story. You're getting, a guy coming off, his rookie deal that wasn't picked up by the Chiefs, and could have, another opportunity in Philadelphia, or at least an opportunity in Philadelphia. So we'll see what happens. Not too much promise in this, because like I said, you got Tyrion Davis-Price. There'll be other running backs in the building that will compete. Interested if they draft one on the third day. I don't think they'll draft one any earlier than that at this point. But that's all I kind of want to go over in this video. Talked about Justin Simmons' tweet. Don't call me crazy. Call me crazy. Whatever you want. I don't care. Okay? It's too convenient for me to see that this tweet is involving the Eagles, and he's answering a tweet from the Eagles being involved in it, which is kind of crazy. Okay, and obviously the other safety. So really all that's left, because the Eagles had interest in Nick Scott, okay, now have interest. And I think the only interest that's left right now is Julian Blackmon and Justin Simmons. Who would you want, or would you draft a safety in the early rounds? It's up to you guys. But the Eagles have already shown that they want to get another safety in the room, okay? Losing on Xavier McKinney, signing Chauncey, and then the rumors of backing out on Justin Simmons. And I think they're just going to go back and forth and keep going back to his agent to see what's the number they can work on, meet in the middle. Vic Fangio, Justin Simmons, the connection. We all know where that goes. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up? Follow us. Peace out. Peace.